right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode of Off the Jaw. A beautiful day in Pennsylvania.
Beautiful sunny October day.
And wait, what's that? Another angle.
Another angle.
And wait, a third angle. Beautiful. We just tripled our production value.
We absolutely did. We decided to add a couple more angles because maybe you weren't seeing our beautiful faces at the right angle.
Well, we figured out something pretty incredible, that our phones actually have cameras on the back of them, and we can just set those up.
I know, it took us so long.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
We're trying to use our fancy camera, DSLR camera, and we're like, oh, wait.
We're sitting there with our Nikon set up, and I'm like, wait a minute. Why don't we just use their phone?
So to anybody out there, it's a big secret apparently nobody's figured out, or we're just that stupid.
No, we're just slow. We're so slow, it's ridiculous.
It only took us like a year to figure that out, almost, you know?
What is going on?
All right, well, I'm happy to be back. I got good energy today.
You got good energy?
Yeah, listening to the thrash metal.
Last week you were a little under the weather.
I was sick, but I'm better now.
That's good.
I took, what do they call it? I took horse dewormer, and I'm better now.
You took what? Horse medicine?
Yeah, I took horse paste. Yeah.
Horse paste.
And it worked wonders, I got to tell you.
Awesome. So what's going on besides that?
Just in the I mean, I'm a politics brain. The race is getting
stuck
close.
on politics. Well, we're getting down to the wire now.
We got a couple weeks
nitty
left.
gritty.
I had to make sure I was registered to vote.
You weren't registered to vote.
I did. I was. I just had to double check because I'm voting this time. Because Pennsylvania.
Did you see the new commercial out there?
There's so
about
many.
Voting. If you don't vote, your voting score goes down, and somehow that affects you.
Never heard that.
Yeah, neither have I. Like, who cares if I vote? If I don't vote, how does that affect my voting score? What, does that go against my credit score now?
I don't know. What does that mean?
Exactly. I'm completely confused.
Can you be punished for your vote?
I don't know. They're like, we can track your voting. We know that you haven't voted.
Oh, that's never mind. I'm not voting.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. What do you mean you're tracking my voting?
Did you get one of those texts that was like, we know you're not voting. You better vote this year. We'll start sending the feds after you.
They say if you skip a year, your voting score goes down. So are you trying to say my voting score isn't as high as somebody else's, so it's not as important?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Is that how they eliminate your vote now?
If you don't vote, yeah, they take...
Oh, wait a minute. He's a once-in-a-while voter. His vote doesn't count.
Yeah, let's just throw this
Just
one out.
throw that one out.
Did you see I mean, this happens every election, but a stack of mail-in ballots found in a storm drain, all that stuff. It happens, man. That's why I'm going in person, so I can make sure that my vote doesn't count.
They'll be like, Brian, you haven't voted for a while. Your score is like 001.
Your vote's worth 3/5 of a regular vote. Yeah. So, I don't know, but Pennsylvania's been a big deal.
Pennsylvania's been a huge deal. How many times has Trump and Kamala been around?
He was just
Several?
he was in Butler. He came back to Butler after being shot in Butler, and then he went to just like last night. He was in Latrobe, and Antonio Brown came up on stage with him.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes.
I can't believe Trump gave him the microphone because you never know what he's going to say.
When that happened, I was like holding my breath because AB's not right in the head.
Right. Yeah.
And we're Steeler fans. We know it.
Yeah. I don't think Trump knows that.
Yeah. And I'm just like, God, here it comes.
But he behaved. He was good.
He did behave. It was pretty wild.
Yeah. I wonder if that stuff affects people. Like, I don't know. I know a lot of Steeler fans who are like voting Democrat, and they're like, do you think that affects them? Do you think that?
I don't know. I don't think.
When I see
Chris Price say he's crazy and messed up, and that's why he's with Trump.
If I see Beyonce come out for Kamala, that doesn't really change my opinion. So I don't think it really matters. But it's cool. It's cool to see.
What are you talking about, Kamala? She sent out the kingpin himself, Barack Obama.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. He's talking down to these.
The kingpin himself.
Mm-hmm. Finally came out.
President Obama.
From his gay. So Barack Obama's gay.
Yeah, Barack Obama.
They finally brought him out of his closet to talk down to black men.
How,
can we play the clip?
We can play the clip.
Go ahead.
We have to play the clip.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and just speak some truths, if you don't mind. Yes. Because my understanding, we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly. Because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly now, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that.
I mean, that's crazy. It's just to, he didn't say.
And I'm speaking to the brothers.
Yeah, he didn't say, I'm talking to men. He said, I'm talking to the brothers. Mm-hmm. And then went after them and shamed them. saying basically, if you do not vote for Kamala Harris, you're sexist.
It is, his whole thing is like an act. You know what I mean? And he's good. He's a good liar. He's great at it. He's a good speaker as well. But for somebody who was like a rich kid, born in Kenya, raised in Indonesia, then moved to Hawaii, he's not like the people that he's talking down to. It's like no different than, you know, Mitt Romney talking down to them. You know, it's like the same guy.
Yes.
You know, it's the same. He just puts on an accent.
You know, I have to look at it at a different perspective as an outsider looking into like a black community. If you have the very first black president of the United States, that's got to be like a role model or a figure, an icon to a black community.
Yeah, I mean, he was.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like that's how it was.
Yeah.
And then, yes, he didn't quite uphold his part of the deal in the black community because he's been hammered quite a bit.
Well, I've seen a lot of people saying this, but it is worth asking, like, what did you do? Like, if I'm a black person, what have you done for me? What did Obama ever do for me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't think of anything.
And I'm just trying to put that aside. And then for him just to go on national TV and just say, I'm speaking to the brothers.
Yeah, you got to do your part.
And if you don't vote for this black woman, you're sexist.
And I mean, not
Can
listen. Go ahead.
I got to put this in perspective. Can you imagine
Donald Trump,
if a white former president went on TV and was speaking to the white men?
Yeah, I see you guys aren't coming out.
And said, and if you don't vote,
and I'm speaking to the crackers here.
And I'm speaking to the crackers. If you don't vote for this white woman, and you let this black guy win, would that be racist as shit?
That would be the worst thing that's ever happened. Worse than 9/11, I think.
Yeah.
That's
so what he did was the definition of racism.
Yeah. It definitely is. A lot of people don't see it that way, but there's no other way to describe it. That's what it is.
Don't listen to me. As a matter of fact, there's a couple of videos of people who said the exact same thing.
Yeah, pull it up.
Yeah, check this out.
I want Barack Obama and every Democrat out there to know, you do not own black people. We are not slaves. Our chains are gone.
What you thought you was doing, Barack Obama? Boy, you done stepped out there. All you did was black men off, bruh. All you did was black men off. Why y'all think the American people why y'all think the Democrat Party own black folk? The Democrat Party don't own black folks, bruh. What you thought you was doing with that? We see the play.
And you think you gonna pop up during an election year and try to scold black men for not wanting to vote for your candidate? Have you lost mind?
The Democrats then unleashed Barack Obama into the wild to shame us black men for not supporting Kamala Harris, despite the fact that she's yet to unveil any policies that represent our interests. But if it was a white politician shaming other white men for not voting based on identity politics, y'all will call him racist. Why is it okay for Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, and all these other people that supposedly look like me? Why is it okay for them to get on TV and shame me for not voting for them simply because they look like me? That is racist, brother.
That's racist, brother. Yeah, I love that. I need that on my soundboard.
Get that on your soundboard.
But yeah, that his whole talking down thing, it's gotten too far. He's always been very like self-righteous, very smooth, very cool, but also he's up on his high horse. This is a huge backfire
for him.
I think,
in the Democratic Party.
I mean, that is some crazy shit for Obama to say. I don't know, just like how little you think of these people, because they thought they had these voters. They're like, oh, we have these, because they have for the past 70 years. It's been like, you know, by and large, black people vote for Democrats, and that's just how it's been. So I think they took it for granted, and now they're like, oh shit, we lost them because they haven't done shit for them. So it's coming back to bite them. They bring out Obama to try to save it, you know.
Well, I saw it coming even before Obama came out. I mean, come on. The vice president went out and just put this, what do you call it, a checklist out there for black men?
I got to pull up this checklist. Okay, Harris lays out a new plan to empower black men.
Yes.
As she tries to energize them to vote for her. Let's go through this. Oh, first, I did see the word cannabis, so I'm sure they think that's just what they think.
Yes!
They're just like, oh, we're trying to get black people to vote for us. What do they love? Weed?
They don't have the list.
If she's elected, she will help distribute 1 million loans of up to $20,000 that can be fully forgivable to black entrepreneurs and others who have strong ideas to start businesses. Well, time to put my black face on. I need a loan.
Wow. And then the next one after is we're going to legalize marijuana.
Yeah.
At the federal level.
Right.
What are you trying to say?
It's. I mean, it is racist. It's one thing as
and
a
I'm
politician.
trying to look at, and I have to look at this in a different perspective because I'm not a member of a black community. And,
Sure.
and I can't.
Our opinions aren't valid.
Yeah, we're not valid.
Yeah.
But I have to look at it, at it in a different angle, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, if that was me and it was reversed, and I heard all this put on me, I would be going, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah, like, why is it my duty to? First of all, why is it my duty to vote for you? And then also, like
what are you saying, that I'm so helpless that I can't do anything?
I can be bought with a loan and some weed, and that you got my vote, But at the same time, like, I don't know, if Kamala came out tomorrow and said, I'm giving married white men $20,000 each to start a business, I'd be like, oh shit, I might vote for her now. She could buy me $20,000. I might.
I don't think so. I think it's a slap in the black community. I think it's a slap on their face.
It really is. It's insulting.
I think it's extremely insulting. It's an embarrassment. And then, what do I want to say his name is something different? Obama.
Barack? You mean Barry Satoro?
That's what I want to say. Barack Obama. For him just to go on and just shame black men and saying the reason why.
And I'm speaking to the brothers. I can't get over that. The reason
why some of you, because I'm speaking to the brothers, and I know that
the same energy you had for me, I'm not seeing it.
I'm not seeing it. And I think it's because she's a woman.
Yeah, sure, that's it. Right. Also, the energy that, like, imagine if Obama ran now. Like, if he did. Do you think he would be... Because he was really exalted. I liked him. Because he's so good he's so charismatic,
The way he handled himself, the way he talks, the way he communicates with people, it was infectious.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you can't take that away. I don't care what anybody says, even if you didn't like the man's politics.
Yeah, just the way he talked and the speeches he gave and stuff. It was he didn't say much, but it sounded good.
It sounded great.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, well, listen to this.
Right.
Now reverse that and put, Kamala Harris when she speaks.
Yeah.
You look at her and go, what?
Yeah, Allie goes, whenever she sees her, she's like, I just want to hit her so she'll stop talking.
God,
oh, God.
God, I can't take any more of that laughing.
She's her biggest fan.
So
she's great.
She does that when she gets, I think is when she gets nervous.
Uncomfortable,
or uncomfortable, she just starts laughing. And it's nonstop.
Did you see, all right, this is a clip we're going to have to put up. I'm not going to give you any context. We're just going to watch it.
Attended. Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
So, if you couldn't hear what happened there, Kamala was at a rally, and two people in the crowd started yelling about Jesus, and one of them said, "Jesus is Lord," which, somebody obviously, it seems like they were trying to disrupt the rally a little bit. I don't know. But Kamala responds with, "Oh, you were at the wrong rally," which is true. They are. But when has a politician in America ever said something like that? Like, that's always been disqualifying.
Yeah.
If somebody said, "Oh, we love Jesus," and then the person running for president says, "Oh, you're in the wrong place," that should destroy your in America. It should destroy your career.
Exactly. I mean, when you start getting into anything, when you're talking about Catholics or Christians or talking about Lutherans and anything that hell, the FDL get on you, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah. Well, that's what in the 90s. That's what it was like.
Yeah.
They come after you for shit like that. But now it's like it's almost the other way around. You just can't. There is something, and it's difficult because I've never been a religious person or anything like that. But when I see stuff like that, I'm rooting for these people. I'm like I just can't believe that at least Donald Trump pretends to be a Christian. You know what I mean? I don't know if he really is. He talks like he is.
Yeah.
And whenever, like somebody asked him, "What's your favorite book in the Bible?" He's like, "All of them." Good answer.
There you go. And I get it too. We get criticized a lot because we talk about the Democrats, and because it's so fun because they literally can't get out of their own way.
Well, they're so bad right now.
It's so bad, it's pathetic.
Yeah. Like the Republicans are bad too, but the Democrats are they're so bad.
There's so many lies and so many loopholes, and you can just piece it together, and they still say, "Well, we didn't say that."
And it gets worse. Now I have video evidence of I'm like, here's what, because whenever I argue with people and they're like, "Oh, that never happened," I'm like,
here it is, right here.
I'll show you. Yeah.
Oh, well,
then they move.
That was
they
taken
change,
out of context.
Yeah, the argument changes.
That was taken out of context.
Well, it doesn't really mean what you think it means.
Look at Kamala Harris, for example. She just recently went to the border for the very first time.
Yeah.
This woman has been in charge of the border. She's the czar of the border.
And she has something to say, and that's something they completely
and last
erased.
week, in case anybody missed it, last week she just went on and said, when she was in California, that she went to the border and she crawled in through the tunnels.
Did she say that?
Yeah, that she was crawling in through the smuggling tunnels.
Wow.
Are you a crack woman? Because you just said on TV that you never went to the border. Matter of fact, you said you never went to Europe either.
Yeah, nobody buys it, I don't think. Because just like last year, the border wasn't a problem. For Democrats anyway. They're like, no, how can we turn these people away? That would be heartless. We have to let in at least 5 million a year. Yeah. For our economy, because they're like the whole thing. I get conspiratorial about because it's like
it's crazy.
We want Americans to stop having babies. It's bad for the environment. We're overpopulating, so stop having babies. And then they're like, we have to bring in all these immigrants because we don't have any babies.
Well, so it's like the immigrants. They're laughing their ass off, illegal immigrants, because they know the border's open. They can't be turned down.
Right.
So what people don't understand that there's actually 2 walls. There's a wall that's in Mexico. There's a wall.
And then there's Tim Walls. There's a third one.
There's Tim Walls. Yeah. And there's one in between.
Okay.
It's kind of like the no-fly zone.
Right.
So what the illegal immigrants are doing is they're jumping over the wall, and then the Border Patrol picks them up.
Yeah.
And takes them to the United States, where they're giving a free pass.
And they're like, where are the swing
They're not being
states?
deported back.
They're like, well, what they're doing recently, which is like a brilliant tactic, but also indescribably evil, is like, let's send them to the swing states. We'll send some to. Yeah. They sent a bunch to Charleroi in Pennsylvania, where near us. We've both been there. They sent them to that Springfield in Ohio. They're going to Wisconsin. They're like, let's get these people in the swing states. Let's get them out there in the Midwest.
Exactly. And here's another thing that a point. I think I can't remember who it was. Was it Leo Terrell or it could have been somebody else?
So one of the people responding to Obama.
Actually, that and immigration, because how frustrated they are with it.
Well, that's something.
Basically, what they said is, there's struggles in the black community, and here we are giving free money to immigrants, illegal immigrants, because here's what's happening. Like we'll say in New York City, for example, they're literally giving them prepaid Visa cards.
Yep, and some cash assistance.
Over $25 million worth, and here you have not only starving, African Americans, but also
just any
Americans.
Just
in general.
Just Americans are poor and struggling.
And here we are, just going here's some free Visa cards. Come on in.
It is really frustrating, and I hate it, and I feel helpless to stop it.
Because if you go back and you look at some of the records, in 2021, I believe it was 1.5 million illegal immigrants
that we know of. That we know of. Yeah.
That's where it started. In 2022, it was 2.3 million, and it keeps going up. But what they don't tell you is about the 5.5 million that they don't have an accountable for. They got through and have no idea where they went.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows how many. We're just guessing.
Yeah, so they're just guessing on numbers. So that's the issue.
If we just took, I don't know, imagine, let's take the entire state of Utah and just take all those people and pick them up and drop them in Mexico or something.
Are you trying to say you're going to take all the FDLs in Utah and put them in Mexico? I think they're already there.
Shit. What are the odds that I picked that? That's where they went, so they could be polygamous, right?
That was a good one.
That was. That was totally unintentional. I can't believe you caught that. So yeah, I picked somewhere else. But just imagine taking that many people, 1 million a year at minimum, and just putting them into another country, and then they're trying to argue this is a good thing. Would it be good if it happened to anyone else, anywhere else? It's not. You can't defend it. I don't know how you can. And if they say it's because we need workers because our population is declining, it's well, you're telling us not to have babies because of, the environment and because of overpopulation, but we need more people.
Exactly.
Let's bring them from somewhere else. People who aren't attached to this land and don't care about it. People who will vote for, if you pay them a little bit, they'll vote for whoever you want. Give them a phone card, give them some cash assistance, and they'll just
And what's really crazy is everybody's ignoring the fact that we're so focused on the southern border that they are flying into Canada and coming in through the northern border.
No shit.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. It's probably just as easy to get in that way too. Yeah. I don't know. That's wild.
That is crazy, and that's the stuff that you don't hear because we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I've never heard that.
I mean, that's just how bad it's getting. And I don't even know when does it stop. I have no idea.
I don't know.
I mean, of course, Kamala Harris says she has the solution. She's going to fix the problem. She's been in charge of it for the last 4 years and hasn't done a damn thing.
Yeah, you're the czar.
Now she has the formula.
You know what Poland's doing? Poland is. I might move to Poland, man. They're getting. I think it's Poland, Hungary, some of those Eastern Bloc states, the ones who were taken over by the Nazis and then by the Soviets, like they've been through a lot, so they don't put up with shit like this. They're like, if you try to cross our border illegally, we have guns pointed at you, we'll shoot you. I don't care how much the EU fines us, we're not doing it. You know, like they're getting fined $1 million a day because they won't take in these refugees, and they're like, we don't fucking care. I'm like, good. Somebody's got to do it. I mean,
there's a right way and a wrong way. Okay, I get it. You want a better life, come to the United States, but do it the right way.
Yeah.
You know, is the process slow? Probably. I don't know. I've never been through it. I get it, but at least you're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, well, what would you do if you're on the other side and you were starving and your family was on the verge of dying? What would you do? I guess I would jump the border. I guess I would.
Yeah. If that option's available to me, I don't blame the immigrants.
I don't blame them.
I blame the politicians and the,
It's the process of what happens. You know, it's not right. So it's not that I'm saying don't let them in. Just do it right.
Just what we're doing isn't working.
Yes,
Clearly,
it's not working.
We got to do something else.
Don't say, you know, FEMA, you don't have funds to help, you know, hurricane victims when you spend all the damn money on illegal immigrants and turn around and say we didn't do that.
Yeah, oh shit, we spent it all on them, and then whenever it actually comes time to like somebody asks
when
you
Jean
directly,
Pierre went on, you know, and said it.
She's a genius.
Right to everybody in 2022, and then turned around and said, no, that's not what we meant.
And it doesn't matter. They can drop their mask for some reason. Didn't you make a clip? You put them right side by side.
Yes.
Her saying the
She flat
exact
out lied.
opposite, and that doesn't matter for some reason to them. That used to be something that would destroy your career. If they catch you on that big of a fuck up and saying the exact opposite and lying and hiding something,
you.
Now it's like,
well, it's because it's the Democrats. If it was Republicans, you need to be out of office. You're a liar. We need to destroy you. Democrats is that's not what we meant.
Right. As long as you just keep doing what we want you to do.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You took it out of content.
Right. It's a cheap fake or a deep fake or misinformation.
Well, so here's the misinformation thing. This is my conspiracy on the misinformation thing and why they're pushing it so hard. Misinformation. That's because, mark my words, somewhere.
That's what they called Kamala in college.
Yeah. You mean her plagiarism?
Plagiarized.
Why am I tongue twisted on this?
Let me derail here. We can get right back on. So don't forget what you were going to say. But she got in trouble for that plagiarism stuff in her book.
Plagiarism, yes.
But she can't come out and admit that she didn't write that book. Obviously, she had a ghostwriter. She didn't write it, so she can't.
She did have a ghostwriter.
But imagine her saying.
But that's who they're blaming now.
They're blaming the ghostwriter now?
Yes, because it was his fault he didn't do quotations.
So she can't get in trouble for it.
So she can't get in trouble.
I thought there was no way she'd come out and say, I didn't actually write that.
No. He didn't put the right quotations in. He didn't give credit. But there are footnotes. If you read the footnotes, therefore it's okay.
Yeah, from Wikipedia. They plagiarized Wikipedia.
Wikipedia, which, you know, today Wikipedia basically means nothing. Because everybody pretty much just defunked it.
Yeah.
I mean,
but what were you going to say?
Anyways, yeah, you stole my thunder with the plagiarism.
Sorry.
I got tongue-tied, couldn't say it. Didn't know what happened.
That's why I stole it,
yeah. You just jumped right in there.
Steve, I'd like to steal.
Sometimes the words just don't come out of my mouth right.
No, all the time.
Shut up.
I meant me too.
That's what my wife would say. She'll listen to our podcast and she'll, you said that word wrong.
Yeah, you fucked that up.
I'm like, what are you fucking talking about?
Yeah. But then you listen back and you're like, oh shit.
I know. I'm like, God damn, she was right. Yeah. I did say it wrong.
That would have been such a good point if I got that one word right. Threw the whole thing off.
Shit. Now where were we going?
Well, I told you not to forget what you were talking about.
Well, you cut me off. You jumped in. You stole my thunder. Now I'm brainless right now.
Let's rewind it and start back over. But were you going to talk about the plagiarism thing? Is that what you were going to say?
No, we already covered it real quick. So we don't need to go any further.
But yeah, with Kamala coming out and saying that she didn't write that book, I guess, which like that's another thing that it's like, all the politicians do, Obama did, like everybody does it. They come out with a book or whatever that they didn't write, but it's them trying to like set the history of their, like, this is my story from my words, so you can't, take it out of context or whatever. In her memoir, she put a picture of her grandmother, Beryl, and it was not her grandmother. She put a picture of her next to a black woman and said it was her grandmother, and it
wasn't.
Turns out it wasn't. No, it was a different lady, yes. and like Candace Owens did this whole deep dive on it. Talked to people who
was that fact checked.
As far as I'm concerned, it's fact checked. But
is fact check true now? Because everything's fact checked, and sometimes I'm thinking, wait a minute, is it really fact checked?
Depends on who does it. No, I mean nobody knows. They'll just say. I mean, I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start a fact checking website, and people will ask like, "Is Obama gay?" I'll say, "Yes, it's true. Fact check true."
Yeah.
Is Kamala black? Fact check false.
False. Wow.
I mean, it's at this point, but yeah, just her being, obviously she switched from, and Trump was right, which is a hilarious clip. I think we should pull it up. But him saying,
well, she's Indian too.
Yeah, she switched.
She's Jamaican, Indian.
Yeah,
Southern.
She's also Latina.
Latina.
She's everything. Yeah, she's Canadian. She's
Canadian.
She's also Canadian.
And what I'm referencing is all her accents.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what she is.
Didn't you make a compilation of that? Can we pull that out real quick?
Yes, I'll play that for you. Check it out.
I love you back. Divine night, brothers and sisters. You better thank a union member for vacation time. And we're going to do it again in 2024. Let's just get through the next 64 days. Have you no empathy, man? You know, it's reasonable to say we need an assault weapons ban to defend the plan. What we have at stake, and we know our power. He does not walk it like he talks it.
I loved it. I love that. It's so good. It's just that, like, the mark of somebody who's like fake. Like, you know, for all the things you could say about Trump, you know, he is who he can't lie about who he is. You know what I mean?
We get a lot of people responding to us, saying like we're Trump supporters and we're, you know,
which I get.
It's disgusting that we attack, you know, Democrats and blah blah.
Understandable, because we do attack one side more than the other. But I'm pretty even. But it's a lot harder to hate Trump for me than
the reason why I don't attack Trump because he's clear. You can see right through him. You know what it is.
Right.
You know who he is. He's not lying. Who he is.
Somebody said this, and I can't remember who, or I would credit them, but they said Trump's supporters take him seriously, but not literally.
Yes.
His enemies take him literally, but not seriously.
Yes.
So it's like every word that he said,
that's about the best way to put it.
Whenever he exaggerates and says something totally ridiculous, but it's like, I know what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, well, he technically lied. And it's like, yeah, but I get the point. You know what I mean?
And all I ever hear is, you know, Trump's an asshole. He's a criminal. He's okay. You know, I'm so tired of hearing it. Can you say something else?
Yeah. I mean, obviously we don't care. Nobody cares about that. Yeah. So find something else.
So can we talk about something else?
Yeah, he's bulletproof.
So,
he's the Teflon Don.
Try to knock him out. No, it doesn't happen. But yes, we do attack Democrats. The reason why I do, because they just make it too easy.
Yeah. I feel like it's so easy that I almost feel bad when we talk about it, because feel like I'm pointing out the obvious or something, which it is obvious, but it's like, can it be much more in your face, especially when people are still buying it? And we get some comments of people who are like, you know, you guys are sick, whatever, and I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
We got puking emojis thrown at us.
Well, what was that one that you told me about? That you just told me about? What was that?
She called us Magma.
Instead of Magma?
Yes, she said it wrong, but I know what she was saying.
Magma is actually really cool. I like Magma a lot.
Yeah.
Can we make like Magma hats?
That would just throw everybody
off. Team Magma, hashtag Magma.
Magma.
I like Magma, dude.
Or Magma.
I'm taking that one on.
You taking it?
I'm going to use it, yeah.
I had to read it like a couple of times. I'm like, okay, I know what you're saying, but you said it wrong.
Right. I can't. It's not. It's Magma. It's Magma. We're sticking with Magma. But yeah, we get a lot of stuff like that. I got one lady who commented and said, I was one about drunk driving, and it had something to do with Trump. It was that one where he's...
Whoa!
Pause. Cut. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. What the hell happened there, dude? Maybe I forgot to tighten it down.
I got to make sure mine's tight.
Yeah, yours is perfect.
Okay.
See it?
Okay.
I don't know what the hell happened there.
Chinese C-clamps. All right, we had a technical difficulty, everybody. I don't know if you saw that, but we have a Chinese
roll that footage
C-clamp.
back.
Yeah, can we do the instant replay? But I forget. Oh yeah, the one lady. I had that one meme about Trump. If Trump was in it, and it was about drunk driving or whatever. And then some lady commented like, "Ooh, puke, gross." And then I knew what she was talking about because it was Trump. So I commented underneath it. I'm like, "Yes, drunk driving is gross. Thank you." And she was like, "No, I mean Trump. I hate Trump. I want him to die." And I was like, "Oh, murder. Okay, cool.
Oh, murder. Okay.
Yeah, we love you."
Yes, you're great. So, thanks for getting your point across.
Right.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You know, it drives me crazy. Have you ever heard us say, you know, "Kamala, die"? You know?
Well, you just said it, and I'm going to clip that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't say that. Yeah, I know you. You'll clip it. You'll be like, you'll put on the damn thing and hit the button.
Yeah.
You watch. Kamala, die.
That's a good idea. Thanks for giving me that idea.
We don't say any of that, but that's all I ever hear from people at Trump. They go, I wish he would die. I wish they would have shot him. I wish he would have fell over dead. I'm like, wow, you people are really ignorant. If you don't like his policies, don't like his policies.
Yeah, I do think...
If you don't like him, don't like him.
I think about it, though, and it does make sense where it's like, if you think this guy is Hitler, then yeah, you want him to die.
Because you need to stop.
You would want comparing him to Hitler.
That's so goddamn pathetic.
And people do think that he's Hitler. And if you do think that, then it would make sense why you want him dead. But
apparently they don't know history. They might want to actually go and figure out what Hitler was all about.
Yeah.
Because I believe Hitler's doing the exact same tactics that the Democratic Party's doing.
Go to...
Can I say that?
Can I do that? What did you say? Yeah, but if you want a real insight into how bad Hitler was and everything, watch a documentary called Europa: The Last Battle.
Oh, jeez.
It's not.
That's not pretty.
That's a joke because that's a pro-Hitler documentary. It's trying to make him look good.
Yep. That's a bad one.
Yeah, and there's so much. I saw Kanye said something, and this was from a while ago, but I just saw the clip and it was funny. He was like, "I don't believe anything from history. If I wasn't there, I don't believe it." And then he was like, "Watch what they write about me later today. That's not true. So if they can write about what happened today, imagine what they're writing about 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, you know?"
Well, in perspective, he's kind of right.
I think he's right.
Because history didn't quite happen the way everything says it happened.
But you don't know, and neither do I.
Well, you know? If you look at it from either side, if you learn history from, let's just take war, for example. Mm-hmm. If you learn history from the American war perspective, it's one way.
It's way different than if you
looked at the history of war from Germany or Russia, it's completely different perspective. So then somewhere in the middle is the truth.
Usually, yeah.
That's usually the truth. So yeah, I can understand it, but it did happen. It may be twisted or embellished a little bit or whatever.
Yeah.
But now people are coming out.
That? My co-host said that World War II has been embellished.
It might be embellished a little bit. Literally, great. That'll go viral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
World War II embellished.
Did you hear what he said? Fact check that. But I mean, there's people out there saying the Holocaust never happened.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Right.
Yeah. Slavery. The Egyptians never had slaves.
You can find any kind of conspiracy theory. I've seen conspiracy theories that American slavery never happened, and it's by black nationalists who said they're like, that's a history, a lie that was sold to us to keep us down. So it's like, even from that perspective, and there's also the same perspective on the other side that it was like, what, white people didn't do that much slavery, and it's like, no matter, you can find somebody to say whatever you want.
Yes, because there's always going to be a different perspective. Yeah. You know, I'm not even going to go down that train.
It's there's no point. They've muddied the waters so much, and then if you say the wrong thing about certain times in history, you're like, fuck. Imagine that. You mess up your word there,
you're done.
You're done.
You're done.
Yeah,
you're done.
That's why we can't go live, everybody. That's why we're not going live. You should hear the stuff we cut out.
Oh my goodness. No live here.
You should hear the stuff this guy says about the Jews.
Great. We're cutting that out.
No, keep it in. I'm gonna misinformation about you now. You're the target.
You're giving me misinformation. Great. Now my brother-in-law is going to come after me.
Yeah, right. Tell him to call his people.
He always tells me, my people.
His people,
my people.
I don't have a people. Where are my people? Whites.
My people?
White people.
My people came over on a boat.
You people.
You didn't know that?
It's what kind of boat?
My people came over on a boat that crossed the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
They came in through the port harbor of New York City.
Yeah. Have you actually looked into your family history?
I know exactly when they came.
See, I don't know much of that. I know it was sometime in the year. I think around the same time as the Titanic is
between 1905 and 1910.
So yeah, that's like the same time that my family came, as far as I know.
Yeah. They didn't speak a word of English and were treated like dirt.
Yeah, for a long time, and until they assimilate and become part of the culture. Yeah. Correct.
But you don't hear me crying the blues. So better not say that.
You can't even. Yeah. You don't hear me crying the. You don't hear me crying the blues
because it didn't happen to me.
Right.
That's the part that has always drove me crazy. Is what happened to my ancestors didn't happen to me, but I can learn from that.
Sure. Yeah.
But it didn't happen to me. I can't go around saying, "This is what you did to me."
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't do any. They didn't do anything to me. All those people are dead.
Yeah. I'm not mad at the British.
Yeah.
I'm mad at the French.
Exactly. You want to be mad at the.
If there's one, we could come together as a global. Mm-hmm. We need to rally around something, and that's hatred of the French, and we can all...
The French. We
can all get behind that.
I fought in your general direction.
That's good, yeah. That's the kind of attitude that we need.